JV here. It's a long time since I did one of these, but anyway, this is first of what I hope will be a brand new series of videos of me looking at new bits of gear. And the first one along, the nice people from Blackstar have sent me an amp to have a look at. Now, of course, I am aware of Blackstar. In fact, I've got some Blackstar stuff in my touring rig. But I've never seen one of these ID Core amps. Now, some of you might be shouting at the screen now because they've been around for a while. In fact, this is version 3. Version 3 of the range, and it's got various improvements, I'm told, but as I've never heard the earlier ones, I'm not familiar with the improvements. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this in 2 separate videos. So I'll do a first impressions one, which is what I'm going to do tonight, and then I'll do a bit more in deep one later on, because there's a lot to look at and it looks really interesting. Okay, so this first one, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to start off with all the controls on the amp at noon. So it's pretty sort of flat, really, yeah. And I'll just go through the different sounds. It's got 6 different voices, so you can either just go with the presets, which is what I'm going to do tonight, or you can get into editing it yourself using the Architect software. But much more about that later. And for now, I'm just going to go through the basics, give you an idea. If you've never had your hands on one of these ID Core amps, give you an idea of what they actually sound like. So like I said, I'm really new to this. They've sent me the ID Stereo 40. That's what I've got, the Stereo 40. So as you can see, I've got a pair of mics on there. So you can hear the real stereo that's going on. And I'll just give you an idea of some of the sounds. So I'll just leave it with everything set just flat at the moment, yeah. I'll go back to the other camera. Okay. So bridge pickup, and this is the clean warm on the bridge pickup. Nice. Pickup, front pickup. Bridge. That's really nice. Okay, well I said I'd start with everything on noon, but I'm just going to wind the gain up a little. Okay, so this is just to make it a little hotter. Yeah. Back to noon. Okay, I'm going to clean bright now. bridge pickup again. Lovely. A bit of extra gain again. Front pickup. Middle pickup. Cleans up nicely with the volume. Yeah, great. Great. Back to noon on the gain. Right, we're going to crunch. Crunchy. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I've got this. The tone control on these is a thing called ISF, which if you've had your hands on a Blackstar amp, you'll know what that is. Basically, it shifts the EQ of the sort of architecture of the amp from British to American. And I've got it set right in the middle at the moment, so it's halfway between British and American. So generally the British has got a little bit more middle honk, and the American stuff is a bit warmer at the bottom end, brighter at the top end, and it's scooped a little. So I've got sort of best of both worlds at the moment, haven't I? See, this cleans up nicely as well. Nice. Super crunch. Go back to the bridge pickup. Great. Picks out every note really nicely. Okay. OD1. Yeah, OD2. It's really quiet, you know. There must be an awful lot of gain there at the moment, and it's almost silent. Cool. Okay, should we check some effects? Okay, a bit of reverb. Go back to clean. You can see that I've got it mic'd up in stereo, so hopefully you're listening to this in stereo. Smaller room. I'm going to go to clean bright now. Okay, I'll leave it on clean. Leave it on clean and let's hear some delay. next one. Going to crunch. Leave it on crunch and I'll go to some modulation. Okay, I'm going to leave just a touch of reverb on now for the rest of it. Just gives it a little bit of room, doesn't it? Just a little touch. Let's hear the super crunch with a bit of room. OD1. That's OD2, and I suspect that that's the one that's going to get the most use from you guys. Okay, well that's my first look. So that was very basic, very basic, but you get an idea. I mean, it's tiny and it sounds huge, and hopefully you've been listening in stereo, because it really does sound very nice. It sounds really quite surprising, really. And as with all Blackstar stuff, it's really made well. It looks great, looks the business. and there's lots more to dive into. So I'll do a bit of a deep dive in the next few days. Meantime, I'll get this up online so you guys can have a look at it. But in terms of, if you've got an earlier ID core, with this one you'll notice that the voices have been enhanced. Apparently they've spent a lot of time working on the voices. The voices sound great. It comes with a free guitar tuition online, so if you're up for that, you can do that. It works as a recording interface, so you can just plug it straight in from USB straight into your computer, and your music software will recognize it. So without an interface, so it's fine. Yeah, it's got a tuner in it. You hold down the reverb knob, and then the 3 colored lights that you normally use to select between reverb, delay and modulation, they become the tuner. Okay, so you've got a tuner in there. It's got this super wide stereo, and it really is super wide stereo. I was quite surprised, really. It seems to work mostly on the effects. It's got loads of patches in there. It's got the free deep editing software, which is called Architect. It's got this thing called Cab Rig. So when I come back, I'll probably run it without microphones, and I'll run it straight into the computer so that you can hear how it works in that sense. Yeah, so I'll do that. It's got 12 different effects, and they've been worked on from the previous incarnations of this amp. It's got a stereo line in, so if you wanted to plug something in there like a backing track or something like that, you can do it. I can't show you right now, but it's got this great little handle on the back, so it's very portable, and you can actually run it on a rechargeable power supply as well, like a battery. So if you want to go out busking with it, although obviously at the moment in 2021 it's not really going to be possible, but looking into the future, there's something there. And also, if you're moving it around the house from room to room, you don't have to mess around finding a main socket. If you're using it in a school or a college, you can get moved from room to room. If you get kicked out of one room, you're fine, aren't you? You can go off somewhere with your amp and it'll work. And it's got this live streaming facility, which again I'll get into when I come back. Okay, so here we are for the first look. It's impressive. So hang on in there. Take care. I'll see you next time. It's JV looking at the Blackstar ID Core version 3. Bye.